So my biggest reward is that my children want to get into it now because they've seen
Mm,
how good it is and how fun it could be, interesting,
yeah,
and to work for yourself, man, is a beautiful thing. I want
yeah,
to leave something to them anyway, man, so they can have
absolutely. So,
it.
what do you see them doing?
Two of my daughters, they want to learn switching and editing.
Mm,
And two guys, man, they want to learn like camera stuff. And my youngest, man, she is like into music, man. So
mm,
she wants to do like scoring for different television shows or films. And she does voice acting too. So
mm.
uh, those are some of the things that they want to get into that's in the industry, man. I welcome it.
Log on.
Right here.
Man, what is going on, my good peoples? This your boy Byron B.Rut Rutley, aka the little big fella, the Midwest mogul, the mid-made midget. You know what we do. You know who we do it for. What's going on? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the backstage where we discuss all things behind the scenes. I'm talking about the pros, the cons, the challenges we face as industry professionals, bringing you the best in the business. I'm excited today because this guest that we have on today is one of my partners, my friend, my brother, somebody, man, who is a professional in the business, somebody who been in the game for a while doing his thing. And I want to introduce him to you. All right. So this guest that I have today is the CEO and founder of DaMos Productions, right out of Detroit, Michigan. He has directed live television shows, stage plays, even concerts for major artists such as Kurt Franklin, Marvin Sapp, Commission, the Clark Sisters, just to name a few. He has also done work on the feature film Don't Breathe from Sony Pictures, starring Stephen Lang. This is my guy. I'm talking about my partner, y'all. I want to welcome to the show right now, my boy, Ray Mosley. What's happening, bro?
What's up, man? You all right?
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for coming on the backstage, man, where we discuss all things behind the scenes. You are one of my partners who, when I met you coming to the Word Network, you were a quiet, low-key guy doing your thing. And I had the privilege, man, of just watching you over the last 5 years and learning some of your skills and techniques, man. And I've been blessed to bring you on some projects, and we've been able to work together, man. So thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. And that, like I said, the Steve Harvey introduction. Appreciate that, man.
Ooh-wee. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. So do me a favor, man. Tell the people um, exactly how did you get started in video production, leading all the way up to directing? How did you get your start?
Well, a lot of people don't know, man. I started doing music when I was younger. That was my thing, man. I love music. Um, Stopped doing that for a minute. Wasn't really paying, so I got a job at a plant.
Mm,
Realized that I didn't want to be there for the rest of my life, so I went to school for video. I went to Space Howard, and the way I got started, I would do like school projects. And one day I was over my mother's house because that's where the location was. And it just so happens that the owner of that building, the landlord, I should say, was the vice president at the Word Network at the time.
mm,
So he came and he saw the equipment and asked my mother, "Well, whose camera equipment is this?" And she said, "That's my son. He goes to space. He's doing a school project." So came back to the house and got to talk to him and met him. And he asked me how long did I have before I graduated.
mm.
I had 2 more months at the time, and he said, "Well, when you graduate, you got a job. Just come up to the station and talk to me, and we'll get you squared away."
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that. Got me started in master control. I was there for about 2 years. Then I became an editor.
Mm,
Funny story how that happened. I I would always edit projects on the side, and he knew that. And so one day a promo had to be corrected at the
Yeah.
word. He asked me to, kind of fix it. So I was in the edit suite, doing my thing, and then the owner of the Word Network came in there and said, "Well, I see you promoted Ray to editor." And the vice president at the time said, "No, we didn't promote him. He's just doing me a favor." And so the owner said, "Well, go ahead and promote him because we could utilize his skills doing this type of work, then, at Master Control." So it's like that. I became an editor. My last day in Master Control, the owner came up there and said, "This is your last day in Master Control, Monday morning. You starting a brand new life, editing for the Word, and the rest is history. The rest is history."
Wow, that's crazy. So you started off doing some work at school, finishing up a project, and then as you were working on a project, your mom saw the owner of the station you started to work for.
Right. He was the landlord of the building at the time. Yep. And he saw the equipment.
Wow. And it's like you weren't even there that long before you got promoted to an editor.
No, everything just happened so fast. I mean, I I thank God, man. It just happened just like that, man. So
Wow. So for people that don't know, explain to them what master control is, because you started off in master control, right? As a master control
right,
operator.
right. So what master control is the area where um you play all, well, at the time we were playing tapes, but now you just play everything from a server, which the files are in. Same basic thing. Is where all the shows are played. You have to review the shows to make sure that they're fit for airing, make sure everything is right, the volume, the audio, I should say, the video quality, all that good stuff, even the length of the time. At some stations, you can't go past 1 second or they'll cut you off. So that's one of the things Master Control is involved in.
Wow, that's what's up. When I got to the Word Network, that's where I started off at. I started off,
Yep.
filming a lot of live broadcast shows. But when I became an actual employee, I started at Master Control. So that's how I got my start. Shout out, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So also, what was the length of time from you graduating from Specs Howard to getting hired at the Word Network and then starting your own company, DaMos Productions?
Well, Specs Howard was a year. Like I said, I spent 2 years in Master Control. Um, as I was editing, I would also do little camera work. So they would send me out in the field to do some different projects, and just got to thinking, man. I kind of want to do this on my own. I want to start a couple of shows and production companies. So I would say the length was from there to when I wanted to start my own production company. It was about 4 years.
Got you.
Yep.
Wow. What was it that inspired you to say, you know what, I want to step out on faith and like do my own thing?
Man, that mention that stepping out, man, that's a scary thing, man. But
Yeah.
what really pushed me, um, I had a big project at the Word. It was actually it was my first project, and it was the behind the scenes of Vicky Winer's "Shake Yourself Loose" video.
Really? You worked on that?
Yeah, man. He like I said, man, the vice president, he just threw me into the fire, man. He said, "Hey, she's gonna be filming her video here, and we want to do like a behind the scenes.
Wow.
Go ahead, what you gonna do with it?" So went out there, did what I had to do, and I just got the bug, man. It just made me want to do this on my own. I was, wanting my own television show, wanted my own production company, just wanted to do other things, and that really inspired me. Even sitting down talking to Miss Winers and the things that she would tell us and the jokes that she would say, and just so she kind of, if it's anybody's fault, it's hers. She put the bug in my ear, man, and said, "Hey, you guys are doing a great job, and that's
Wow.
that's just it, man. She put the bug in my ear.
Man, that's what's up, man. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that, man. I've been knowing you for
yeah,
6, 7 years. Didn't even know you worked behind the scenes on that video.
yeah, man. She's great, man. She's great.
That's what's up, man. So, once you started your company, what were some of the events that you started to take on, or what were some of the gigs that you started to do in video production?
Well, I think like most videographers, they dabble into weddings.
Mm-hmm.
They dabble into special occasions, birthday parties, anniversaries, things of that nature. So that's kind of how I started.
Mm-hmm.
Word of mouth, people start, hey, Ray Mosley, he's a pretty good videographer. He'll take care of you and he won't kill you in price, stuff like that, man. So started doing stuff. Got later more into commercials,
Mm-hmm.
radio and television commercials, which was, was pretty lucrative. Everybody wanted commercials, mom and pop stores,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, different churches. They wanted special events on that time of day. So that's how I pretty much got started. Then later wanted to do a television show. So we started filming in the spotlight, which had 3 seasons on WADL,
Mm-hmm.
where we would spotlight different things in Michigan, fun places, just all positive, man.
Yeah.
Interviews, it was all good. So started doing that, and this thing just grew, man. It just grew. Later on, got into closed caption, and the rest is history, man. Just started directing different things like the stage plays
Yeah.
and the concerts and all that good stuff, man. So it's levels to it. It was
Yeah.
baby steps, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the
It's
world.
levels to this. Levels to this. Many
Yes,
levels.
sir.
So how? Okay, so a lot of people know what closed caption is.
Right.
You know what I mean? To my understanding, even though I've been in television for over 10 years, I don't know how it really work. How does closed caption even work?
So closed caption is for the hearing impaired. It's that I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. It's the words that the person on television is saying that you can read
Mm-hmm.
along the bottom of the screen or the top of the screen, depending on where it is. Um, so how I got started into that, I noticed that a lot of people on these stations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me take it back. Some years back, the FCC started a new rule saying all television shows must have closed caption, no matter
Mm.
what. So when I heard about that, I said, let me see what I can do about that. So I started learning the business about closed caption. I found out that everybody couldn't afford it at the
Mm.
time. And it was like an extra cost. They was already paying for airtime, paying for, the production
Yeah.
to be on television. Now it's another added cost
Yeah.
with the closed caption thing. So I just kind of took advantage of it, gave them a reasonable price,
Yeah.
even put it into, as far as like a package, editing, shooting, editing, and closed caption. So it's
Wow.
been pretty good. It's been pretty good.
May I say, ladies and gentlemen, this man has been killing the game. Killing the game. So listen, a few moments ago, you were saying that when you first started off, you got into, doing a couple weddings and commercials, and, people was like, hey, Ray, this guy, his prices ain't gonna kill you. How did you even know what to start charging people?
Well, you kind of want to do some investigating as
Yeah.
far as like other companies, see where they're at, where they're charging, what they offer. If they offer, a certain amount of time, say, we charge this for a half an hour, we
Yeah.
charge this for an hour, and then you set your prices accordingly. Pretty much almost undercutting, if you will, man. But
Mm-hmm.
you just want to make it affordable to people, and not only that, man, but I found out it's not really always the price, man. It's more the customer service, man. You treat people right,
Yeah.
they'll keep coming back. They'll keep coming back.
Facts. So what is that like being in business and getting reoccurring customers? Like, how do you get reoccurring customers?
Well, you have to position yourself as you have something that not that they want, but that they need.
That'll
So
preach.
if it's always a need, and you got the solution,
Yeah.
there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Facts. So started off doing commercials, doing weddings, and smaller events. What did it take for you to go from those smaller clients or smaller projects to bigger clients?
Well, with anything, you had to. It's almost like practice, man. You practice makes perfect. So you use the clients that you have to keep practicing, to make yourself better. Eventually, somebody's watching. And all it takes is just one plug.
Yeah.
One plug will put you where you need to be. So you want to perfect your craft, you want to keep your passion, and you just want to practice, man. I mean, Jordan wasn't the GOAT, man, if he didn't practice all the time. So
Facts.
that's the thing, man. A lot of cats, man, and I hate to say this, but they are pretty much stuck on themselves, man. They get out there and think they automatically gonna get these major clients, and just think they gonna buy a big house and all these fancy cars and stuff.
Don't work like that.
It don't work like that, man. You gotta, like you just said, man. There's levels to this.
Yeah.
So you keep practicing, keep putting yourself out there. You're gonna run into the right one.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what's up. So what exactly do you specialize in now?
I specialize in production and closed caption. As far as directing shows, man, I love doing that, man. The live shows,
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Wow.
So those are two things I specialize in. I offer more, but those are two main things.
Got you. And man, you've directed so many projects, bro. Like I can't even wrap my brain around the many projects I've worked with you on directing. I'm pretty sure there's a tons and tons of more projects I don't even know about that you've directed. But just name a few of those projects for those that are just now tuning in. Some of those projects that you've directed, and let them know what is directing, because some people might just think, listen, man, listen, hold on, I just had an epiphany. A lot of people think just because you have a camera in your hand, you're a director.
Oh man,
that's not what a director is. Can you help the people understand? There's many different types of directors. There's film directors, there's live broadcast television directors. The majority of the work that I've worked with you are doing live television directing. Can you explain to them what that is?
Well, live directing, man, is pretty much, I almost like to use the phrase gatekeeper, because when you're at the switcher, you're pretty much in control of all the cameras. And even beyond that, man, you want to make sure the overall look of the show is good. You want to make sure that it sounds good. And you want to make sure that it's giving out what it's supposed to, whatever message that is.
Yeah. So
directing is more than just holding the camera. It's more than just saying, hey, cut, all this stuff. Sometimes in the middle of a show, you have to, and this is important too, floor directors, they are very, very important when you have headsets on, because you can communicate to the floor director, to the host, or whoever segment it is.
Yeah.
So you actually don't really get a chance to structure it the way you want to before the show starts. If you can, God bless you. You're lucky to do that. But everybody knows that when the show starts, anything can happen. Rundown sheets, might as well throw it out the window, man. Everything is live. You can't yell cut. You can't say, all right, stop, let's do it over.
Wow.
You just have to roll with the punches and just take it from there. So directing, man, you pretty much, it's almost the top tier, man. You pretty much over everything. It's more than just shooting. You have to make sure that the audio is good. Everybody's doing a job to make a great project.
Got you. Um, so like for projects that we've worked on, especially at the Word Network or even at a different facility, directors are the ones who are in control of switching from shot to shot for multi different cameras.
Right.
Um, you're the one that's in control. I like to put it as in sports terms because I play football. The
Hmm.
director is the one who is basically the quarterback of the team.
Quarterback. There you go. Yeah. Yep.
So you know what I mean.
Hmm.
It's a very um it's a very, how can I say it? So it can be a stressful position.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
Definitely.
mean?
Yep.
The weight of the team is on your shoulders. You determine
Hmm.
if we gonna win this game or not. You
Right.
know, so that's how I like to put it um, in terms of directing for people to understand. Um, so one of the iconic videos, man, that I would love to talk about is um, a video of Kurt Franklin live in Detroit featuring Rance Allen and the Rance Allen group.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Uncle Rance, man. I
Yeah.
had the privilege of filming a studio session um, in Toledo about 2 years ago, and I was in the booth with him, and he was in there working. And he was in there killing, and I'm like, I'm
That's
holding the
right.
camera like,
Yeah. Yep.
and I'm cracking up because a lot of the movements, and he get into it. You know what I mean?
Man.
Um, and you had the opportunity to work on this production. Like, what was it like for you to work on this production?
Man. Amazing, man. That's all I could. That's all I could say, man. I'm so honored and grateful
Yeah,
for the opportunity, man. Because I mean, he's one of the greatest, man, of all time.
facts.
And to see him do his thing live,
Yeah,
come on, man. You can't ask for nothing better than that.
wow.
And he's a good brother too, man. So shout out to Kurt, man. Shout out to Kurt.
Absolutely. Did you know while you were shooting this that it was gonna be like what it is now? Like this is a legendary video. Like I can't tell you how many times I've seen it on YouTube and not even knowing this was, live in a D.
Man, had no clue, man. Just got a phone call and said, "Hey, we need you to be a part of this production." Came there, man. Got to meet Kurt and um, Bishop Rance Allen, man. I mean, and some of the other guys, even Fred Hammond was on the show.
Really?
Man, it was an amazing night, man. An amazing night. And not only this, man, but Kurt Franklin
Mm.
uh, at Greater Grace Temple in 2002, Kurt Franklin was like our first event. He
Mm.
had came out with uh what's the name of that album? I believe the Rebirth of Kurt Franklin.
Okay.
So he filmed that whole release party there
Mm.
and to kick the album off and all that stuff. And man, that was an amazing night too, man. I mean, the energy was high.
Mm.
Everybody was excited, and we did our thing, man. We did our
Bruh.
thing.
So you actually have done work at Greater Grace in Detroit.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Now, what are some of the other projects that you've worked on there at Greater Grace?
Some of the other projects, wow,
I know
we did a
Whip
couple
Hammer
of
and Cross.
concerts.
I've
We
seen
did,
that like years and year after. Like I've seen that so many times.
yeah, man. It's yeah. Everybody, so many hits, man, on that video, man.
Yeah.
Um, we did a lot of concerts there. We did I'm sorry, Marvin Sapp there. We did a
Yeah.
Marvin Sapp concert there. We did actually Aretha Franklin's funeral was held there as well, and Rosa Parks. So
Wow. Wait a minute. Wait a
yeah,
minute. Wait a minute. You just dropped some major heavy hitters, man. Yo, we did. I worked on that with you. Aretha's funeral.
hmm
That was about an 8-9 hour funeral.
man. Man.
Yeah. We worked in crews
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
that funeral. It was like,
Yep.
all right, team A, all right, team B, y'all get in there and relieve team. It was like we
Yeah,
worked in
man.
crews,
It's
bruh.
different shifts. Yeah. Yep.
You worked Rosa Parks' funeral. You
That was
felt
a long one too, man. That was a long one too. Yeah.
listen, Rosa Parks' funeral was so long. I remember I was at the time I was working at McDonald's watching that on TV. And I was at home. I left the crib. Let me see. Back then I had to be, I want to say oh oh eight. That was around like I think oh
Yeah.
seven
Yeah.
oh
I
eight.
think that. Yep. About oh
I
08.
was
Yep.
fresh out of high school, graduated oh 07. Oh 08, I'm working at McDonald's. And I'm at the crib with my pops. He watching it on TV. I leave, go to work. It's on TV at work in McDonald's in the lobby. I'm chilling. I'm eating on break. It's still on TV. By then, it was about 2, 3 in the afternoon. All right. I get off work at like 6. Go home. Still on the TV. Yo, we
Yeah. The
had
choir
for
just finished
Aretha's.
the A selection, man. They was working on the C.
Yo, y'all must have had about 4 different film crews for Rosa Parks' funeral.
Believe it or not, man, we only had maybe, I would say, 8 camera guys, man. No, I take it back, 6, because we had 4 camera guys and maybe 2 for like relief to
Really?
relieve those cameras. Yeah, so it wasn't like when we did Aretha Franklin, where we had a whole bunch of camera guys that could relieve each other and
Wow.
all that. So it was like a small crew, and
Y'all worked
yeah,
it, bro. Y'all
man.
had
Thank
me
you, man.
fooled
It was
because
it was it
yeah,
was hard. It was
yeah,
hard.
man. So definitely, man, prayers and thoughts go out to the family of both of those legendary icons,
Yes.
Aretha Franklin
Yep.
and Rosa Parks, man. I'm curious to know if they're gonna come out with a Aretha documentary or something. I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of time, but that's a whole other
Yeah.
conversation for another day. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to call somebody and set that up so we can shoot and produce that.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's
yeah,
another
yeah.
story for another day. Listen, man. So yeah, bro, you've done so much work. Not only do you direct, what else have you done as far as your different hats that you wear in production?
Well, do camera work, editing. Another project that was fun, man. Got to work on Don't Breathe, the feature film.
Mm,
So that was starred Stephen Lang. That was pretty good, man. It was filmed. Um, Most of it was filmed here in Detroit. A lot of it was filmed in Canada. So
really?
got to work on the parts that was filmed in Detroit.
Wow. When did this movie did it? When did this come out?
This movie came out, I want to say 2015, I
Mm,
believe.
wow. What did you do for this movie?
Just did some camera work. We shot a couple of scenes on LaSalle, and that scene was. I don't want to give the movie away. I don't know. Well, it's old now. So everybody should have seen it by now. But it was the scene where the teenagers, the death scene, and the
Mm,
police came and had to, get the bodies with the body bags. So we had to film all around there. And it was a funny story because I wasn't supposed to be a part of it,
mm,
but the director said, "Okay, we want to use you. How would you film this like you're shooting a news story?"
mm.
So they had me film the whole scene, man. It was great.
Really? That's what's up, man. So when they came to Detroit, you had an opportunity to work on that.
Right.
Sweet, man. So this is a little different from what I'm used to seeing you work on. I know you mostly for like live productions and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
how important is it in this field that we be versatile? Um, is it important or is it not important? You know what I mean? For to
It is
play many
is
different
very
roles.
important, man, because you don't want to trap yourself. You always want to step outside the box, man. Do different things. Like even with artists, man, musical artists,
Yeah.
you can only be hot for so long, man. Then after your time is up, then what you gonna do, man? I always suggest people, get into producing, get into writing, get
Yeah.
into other stuff, man. So, you'll always not just be relevant, but have a paycheck coming in. So,
Yeah.
that good stuff, man.
The many different hats that you wear, from directing to camera operating. I've also seen you engineer. Am I saying that
Yeah.
term properly?
Yep. Video
And
engineer.
just explain
Yep.
to the people what exactly is engineering, or some other people will call it shading. What is that?
Well, shading is making sure that the colors are good before it goes to air on television. So you want to make sure all your colors are right. It's not too bright, not too dark, not grainy, all that good stuff. So that's what video engineering is and shading.
Wow.
Just make sure that it looks good.
So a person, and I don't even think we ever had this conversation. So it's basically a person that's really like color correcting live on the spot.
Live on television. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Like you said, man, when it comes to live broadcast, there isn't no cuts, redo,
Nope.
let's do it
No
again.
cuts. Nope. It is what it is. As
Wow.
long as you make it good, man. Don't make it just anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So in your experience, which one do you like the most? Live production or filming? Because what we just saw, that movie trailer, that was more so like that was film.
Right.
And if you can, just explain to the people the difference, because a lot of people don't know. Some people just think if you pick up a camera, oh, you a director. No, or if you pick up a camera, you can film anything. But there are certain people that specialize in different areas. There's a difference between film and live production. So if you could, just explain to the people what is the difference.
Well, live productions, like you said, man, is pretty much live. No cuts, no. All right,
Redos.
stop. Let's do it over.
Try that
Take two, all
again.
that good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, which one I like best, it's kind of hard, man, because I like the fact that you can cut and kind of get it, the way you want it.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing like that live, man. It's that that rush, man.
For real.
That keep you on your toes, keep your craft,
Yeah.
keep it going, man. But
Yeah.
it's hard for me to choose, man. I can't choose. I'm gonna do both.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I can't
There it
choose.
is, ladies and gentlemen. We got a draw. We got a draw. So listen, mentioning that, there's nothing like that rush. Can you remember your first live TV show? That feeling? What was it like when the director counted down and said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? All right, we live. What was that feeling like?
Man, it was scary and exciting at the same time, man, because it's almost like that fear of the unknown,
Yeah.
because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like I said, you got a rundown sheet, but you can't really, depend on that thing. So
Yeah.
anything can happen. You just gotta be prepared for it.
Bruh.
I think before the first time we went live, we definitely had some practices, man. We did everything, came up with every scenario that we could come up with that could go wrong, that could go right, and we still didn't have it
We all
down pat, man.
practiced
Yeah,
before
man.
the show.
Before the show.
Do you remember what show it was?
I believe it was was it a telethon? I think it was a telethon, man.
Yo,
At the word, yeah.
I'm a little jealous because like my first live television broadcast, like I never practiced.
Oh,
It
really?
was I was at TCT, and I want to say it was something like that, a telethon or something, and they needed extra camera operators for that night. And because I grew up in church, and I was a camera operator at my home church for like years and years, they was automatically like, "Oh, you good?" So you already got experience in this. You already kind of have a feel. You good. Like you nah, like it's gonna be simple. We're gonna, and that's the thing. The type of
Hmm.
directing style that it was different. Yeah, okay. So, for example, what I'm used to in the last 5 years of working with you, shout out to big bro Q Russ. I learned a lot
Oh
from
yeah,
this guy,
definitely.
monster. So like you guys showed me a different style of directing than what I was used to. This is the directing that I was used to. Uh, when we tell you to zoom, when we tell you to pan, you don't have to do anything until we let you know. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Um, but when I came to the word, it was like, yo, I want you to use your creativity. I want you be the you direct from the camera. Like,
Hmm.
show me,
Yep.
you know what I mean, what's out there because I need you to be eyes out there on the floor. So I was used to don't move the camera until we let you know move. You know what I'm saying? But when
Right.
I met Q, I had an opportunity to see a different style of directing. So that's what helped me out. That's what made me be more creative is that different style of directing. In the midst of COVID-19, how has work been for you since the pandemic hit?
Well, actually, it's been good, man. I don't want to say I hate to say it, man. In a bad time, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's been one of my better years, man. And I thank God for that, man. And I pray for those that are struggling,
yeah.
during this time, man, because it's a bad time. I've never seen it
Mm,
like this, man, where um, you got companies and businesses closing down because
yeah.
the lack of and for me to be blessed and fortunate to be able to keep moving
Mm-hmm.
and have things come my way with different projects.
Yeah.
I thank God, man. So, answer your question, man. It's been great. It's been great.
Man, I like to say for the majority, COVID happened to a lot of people. But for us in the television and film industry, I feel like COVID happened for our good. Like,
Mm,
we definitely, not saying that we're exempt from catching COVID, because no, we are
right.
exposed, you know what I mean, to many people just like others are who have caught it. And, our prayers and thoughts go out to those who
Hmm.
have been affected in a bad way. But for us that are creatives, I feel like COVID happened for us. Like there's so many different more opportunities that have come from this pandemic. Everybody is streaming now.
Right.
Everybody,
Yep.
you know what I
Yep.
mean? So a lot of, I mean, from church services to conferences
Hmm.
to so many different other things that people are coming up with every day. You know what I mean? Concerts. Oh man, we've been streaming. You and I together been streaming. We Rock. We've been filming that conference,
Yeah. Yeah.
streaming
Yep.
that every month for like the last 3 months. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it's been so many different opportunities coming from COVID-19. Um, and yeah, like you said, bro, anybody who's a videographer and you are professional and you ain't getting broke off during COVID, something wrong. You might want to
Yeah.
reevaluate
Yeah.
your career.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or give us a
I
call,
agree.
B.Rut Productions, brutpro.com, or hit up DaMos Productions and work with us, man. That's what it is.
Appreciate it.
You know? So right here on the backstage, we like to analyze the pros, the cons, and the challenges we face as industry professionals. So I want to ask, bro, can you think of any times on set where you've encountered some challenges that you've had to fix, or have you seen something on set that just wasn't right and like you knew you had a solution to it and could fix it?
You know what? I've been pretty blessed, man. I haven't really had like any real challenges.
Yeah.
Um, the worst that's probably happened to me was maybe lights or something like that. But
Mm.
um,
You know what? I
yeah,
can probably name it
I haven't
for
had
you.
any like
I'm gonna
bad
tell
issues.
you. When we were, oh man. So we worked on Marvin Sapp's live recording.
Hmm.
Phenomenal. I mean, great. We had a blast that night. I believe we killed that video production for uh Chosen Vessel. The album came out recently. However, I do remember that night we on our end, did our thing. But for whatever reason, there was some complications to where our feed didn't make it out to the screens.
Oh
You
yeah,
remember
that's
that?
right. Right, right, right,
And I
right.
mean, the video was, I mean, we was killing, but the
Yeah,
majority of the
yeah.
people in the crowd couldn't see it. So it was
Couldn't
like,
see it.
oh
Right,
man, they not seeing this.
right, right, right.
So you know what I'm saying?
I
Yo,
forgot
that
about
was
that one.
crazy. Where do you think? Do you know where it happened that night? Like, where did that come from? Could it have been a issue between crossing different types of equipment from what we had versus what they had?
I believe so, man, because we were switching on with the that data video,
Yeah.
and the screens were connected to the Black Magic. So
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
thinking that
yeah.
if it had to been Black Magic all across the board,
Uh,
it definitely would have happened. We could
you
have got those
right.
screens working.
That
Yeah,
might have been that might have been it, man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I believe so. Don't
And
quote me on that one. I could be
yeah,
wrong, but I think that's what it is.
I think so. I think so too. That could have, yeah, definitely. Um, and we definitely learned from that experience. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that maybe before that night, I think that was probably the only thing we didn't test the night before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cameras, we had five cameras, five main cameras, and then two small cameras that were Black Magic.
Yep.
That we had on the MD, Aaron Lindsay, and Calvin Rogers on drums. We had the two Black Magics on those two, and then we had
Right.
five
Mm-hmm.
Canon C100s. No, yeah, five. Did we have five or four Canon C100s? I think we had five.
I, I want to
Three
say it
in the
was
back
five, man, because we had one on the jib, two in the back, one handheld,
and
and
another
then
handheld
another
on the
one
floor.
that was a steel shot. I can't remember where it was though, but I believe it was
Yeah,
five.
two in the back, one on the jib, and then two
Yep.
more handheld. One on stage, one on the
Mm-hmm.
floor. You're right. Okay, so yeah, I think so. We tested all the cameras that night, the night before, and made sure they
Right.
all ran to the back to the switcher. But I think just the from the switcher to the screens, I think that was the only thing. And it was like, oh man, next time we definitely got to make sure that we test that because we would have loved to
Yeah.
have everybody to see that in the
Oh
crowd.
man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was
Um,
something else, man.
because definitely like when you're live, and let me know. Let's talk about that. I want to know: have you experienced doing one show or one job and then gaining more jobs from it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is that like?
Um, that's 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 crazy, man. That is actually a great feeling too, man, for somebody because somebody is paying attention to your work.
Yeah.
So when they see that, man, and like I said earlier, hey, Ray's a good guy. He'll take care of you or whatever the case may be, man, and go and just keep. I call it the Tarzan effect, man. Just
Mm.
swinging from vine to vine, from
Yeah.
one vine to another, man, till you get to the place you want to, man.
Mm.
But I've had many jobs to where somebody has seen the last one and say, "Hey, we seen that. We want you on this one," and just keep going, man. It's yeah, just keep
Wow.
going.
That's what's up. In your opinion, like what has been the biggest reward in what because you've been doing this now for how many years? At least like
Man, you gonna
16,
put my age out
17,
there.
20. Hey, look at him. He can have,
Oh man, I've been doing it for about over 20 years, man. Over 20
wow.
years.
And then
Yeah.
over 20 years would have been like the biggest reward for you.
The biggest reward personally is that
That
Like I said, man, when
$30,000
people
check
watch,
you got one time. For
well, that's top five, man. That's definitely top five.
yeah,
No, man, but when I said earlier, how when people is watching, that goes for family too. So my biggest reward is that my children want to get into it now because they've seen um,
mm,
how good it is and how fun it could be, interesting,
yeah,
and to work for yourself, man, is a beautiful thing.
yeah,
You don't have to depend on anybody. The only thing
mm,
you're depending on is clients.
yeah,
Well, God,
yeah,
depending on God and clients, man.
yeah.
So they've seen it, and that's probably my biggest reward, man. The fact that they want to get involved in it and do some of the things that I do, and it'll take some
Wow.
of the pressure off me, man. So I want
Yeah,
to leave something to them anyway, man, so they can have
absolutely. So,
it.
what do you see them doing pertaining to them getting into videography or production?
Well, two of my daughters, they want to learn switching and editing,
Mm,
and the two guys, man, they want to learn like camera stuff. And my youngest, man, she is like into music, man. So
mm,
she wants to do like scoring for different television shows or films, and she does voice acting too. So
mm.
uh, those are some of the things that they want to get into that's in the industry, man. I welcome it. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's what's up. So, bro, you've also had an opportunity to work with artists like Commission, groups like that. What was it like working with Commission?
Man, I can't even describe it, man. It's funny that when you're young
Mm,
and you hear and listen to these artists, and then later on in life you get to actually meet them.
man,
And sometimes it's good, it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. You
right.
probably want to, say, "Hey, man, I'll talk to you later." But but no, man, with those guys, man, they all are. Man, I'm a fan of each and every one of them, man. So shout out to Commission, Fred, Marv, all them cats, man. It was
Yeah.
amazing. It was a night that I would never forget, and it's a trip, man, because that same year I directed the Kurt Franklin
Mm,
concert. If somebody would have told me, man, that you were gonna direct Kurt Franklin and Commission live concerts all in 1 year, man, I'd have laughed, man. I'd have been like, man, you crazy. That's
wow,
too much. I'm not doing that. Hey,
bro.
nah.
These guys, we grew up, me and my brothers, bro, we grew up in the Pentecostal church singing all their songs. You know what I mean? We grew up
Hmm.
in Grand Rapids. Well, I was born in Grand Rapids. Me and Vince, the brother that's right over me in age,
Hmm.
we were born in Grand Rapids. And back then, Marvin Sapp was like a teenager. You know, he was
Wow.
18, 19, leading the choir at Bethel Pentecostal Church where we was at. And when we found out he was going to sing in Commission in Detroit, we was like, "What? Are you serious?" You know what I'm saying? So like we grew up watching and listening to these guys. And I think I was supposed to be at that I was supposed to help film that concert, but I couldn't make it, man. I wanted to film that night. I was definitely looking forward to it like all that year. What month was
Man,
that concert in?
I think that was in like August.
Oh, right here.
August.
August 6th. Oh, yeah, August 16th,
Yeah,
20. Okay,
yeah,
right.
yep.
So like, yeah, bro, I was supposed to be working on that. And I got another call to work on another project for Microsoft that year. And yeah, and the rest was history. You understand. But yeah, man. Hopefully, next time I can work on that.
Oh
That's what's
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. That was a fun night, man. I'll never forget it. Never forget it.
And then not only Commission, but you've also done work with the legendary Clark sisters. You've done some video work, filming and
Man,
directing shows with them.
man, all I can say is thank God, man.
See,
Thank
this
God.
is
That's
these are
all
the
I can say,
things.
man. Cause
Yeah.
they, like I said, man, they are one of probably my top three favorite gospel groups. Period.
Wow.
Period. The
Yeah.
Clark sisters, man. A fan of each and every one of them, man.
Yeah.
Funny story. I remember once I had to go over to Dorinda's house to shoot a segment for. She was promoting a game show, a video game, and got to meet her and her husband and her father-in-law, and man, all they wanted to do was just feed me, man, and
A video
just
game?
keep feeding me, man. Real good people, man. I enjoyed it. The Clark sisters,
Yeah.
and for them to have their story told, their buyout,
Yeah.
and to see where they come from, and then to actually work with them,
Yeah.
man, that's the cherry on top, man.
That's what
Cherry
so
on top.
you said she was promoting a video game?
Yeah,
What
it was
game?
the Bible trivia. It was a
Oh,
game that would, yeah, it was a game that would, like most trivia games, man. And it was just Bible questions, and um, you had to answer the questions. She was promoting
you
it,
talking
and
about that game? I think I worked with you on a project. Remember it was something a couple years ago when you had me to bring the jib to.
oh, not that one.
Not that game?
That's another one. I
Oh, you
think
know
that
what I'm
one
talking
was.
about though.
Yeah, I know what
That
you're
not
talking
it
about on
wasn't
that
that
one.
one?
It wasn't that one though. It wasn't
Oh,
that one.
okay.
Yeah, this was another one.
Okay.
This is
That's what's
another.
up.
This game was based pretty much internet based.
Mm.
And the one we went to was more like a game show type of deal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. So if you could name any project to be your favorite, like the one of the dopest projects you've ever worked on, which one would it be? If you could put a number one spot on a project, which one would it have
Number
been?
one spot. That's a hard one, man, because I pretty much enjoyed them all.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one, it would probably be the behind the scenes of Vicky Winers, Shake Yourself Loose, man. And the only reason I
Really?
say that one, because that was my first one, man. And it's
Mm.
like, like your first love, man. You never forget it.
Really?
And yeah, man, it was fun. It was I learned a lot from it, and it helped start me on this path that I'm on. So, I mean, I can't think of another one, man. That would probably be my number one.
Sweet. So you've worked on live television broadcasts, you've worked on films, you've worked even big funerals such as Aretha Franklin and Rosa Parks. What's next for Ray Mosley and DaMos Productions? What are you working on now?
Well, right now we're working on a television show called Before Trial. It's about individuals that are accused of a crime, and it takes it all the way from the time that they're arrested all the way up until they go to trial, and the events that take place. We speak to everybody that's pretty much involved in the case, except the judge. But we talk to the attorneys that's involved, the victims, the defendants, their families, and things of that nature. So that's coming up, and I'm really excited about that. It's coming to Court TV in 2021.
Man, thank you, bro, for giving me the opportunity to work on that TV show with you as a camera
Oh
operator
man,
and filming it. Like,
yeah,
I can't
man,
wait to see it. I just want to see what it
yeah.
looked like. So I know it's going to be fire.
Oh man, I can't wait, man. Can't wait.
I'm curious to know, like, you've accomplished so much, bro, in your career so far, over the last, 20 years plus. Are there any projects or anybody you would like to work with who you haven't worked with yet?
Yeah, man, it's so many. I'm a fan of film, so
Hmm?
and all these directors out here, Scorsese, Spielberg, just those guys alone, man. If I ever get a chance to work with Steven Spielberg, I'm taking it. I'm
Really?
taking it. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's up. Did you know? Like, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that Spielberg did Color Purple.
yeah, yep,
Like, that's crazy.
yeah, man. Everybody think he is known for like ET and Back to the Future and all those
Yeah.
joints, man. But Color Purple, he did do it. Yeah.
Wow. Out of all the things that you've seen in this career field and how you've got started, is there any advice that you would give to some young person that might be interested and getting started? Maybe they want to go to school, maybe they want to start, getting involved somehow, but they don't know how? Is there any advice you can give to them?
Yeah. The first thing I would say, man, is passion, man. Passion is everything. You got to have a passion for it. You don't want to treat this like it's a job, because if you treat it like a job, the first bad thing that comes along, you're gonna want to quit. So I would say, man, passion is everything. You want to keep it. You want to nurture it and keep going, man. The second thing is a thick skin. You want to develop a thick skin, man, because everybody's not gonna like your work. And if you can't take criticism, this is not for you. This is definitely not for you, man.
Facts.
You need to, you need to develop a thick skin. Thirdly, I would say a mentor, man. You need to get up under somebody that can kind of show you the ropes. Jumping out there is cool. That's what you want to do, man. But just be prepared to take the lumps and the bruises along with it, man. But I would definitely say a mentor it helps, and it will help guide you to where you want to be.
That's what's up, man. And then, man, just tell the people a little bit more about your business and let them know how they can get in contact with you and what social media platforms you have.
Okay. We're definitely into production, post-production. Y'all know what post-production is. That's all the editing that you see. If some footage that you shot, you want to take some things out, add some things into it, add some music. That's all in editing. That's all in post-production. Like I said earlier, we specialize in definitely streaming and closed captioning as well. If you want to get at me, my website is themosproductions.com. I'm on social media on Twitter, The Most Projects, on Instagram, same, The Most Projects, and The Most Productions on Facebook. So got lots of ways to get in touch with me. Can't get in touch with me, we got B.Rut Productions out there.
Get with me and I'll put you in touch with him. Listen, man, people don't understand. Like, we can work in the same career field and still like show love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People really don't
That's
understand.
That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
It's enough work to go around. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A
lot of people always say, man, it's lonely at the top, man. The reason it's so lonely because you won't let nobody up there.
Let somebody in, baby.
Let them in, man.
Let a brother in.
That's all.
It's definitely work to go around, man. And I think that's the beautiful thing, bro, is you have a company, I have a company. If there's something that I know I can't handle the workload on, or if I don't specialize in that. I don't do closed caption. Yo, I have the person for you. I have the company for you. Call them, email them, tell them I referred you. And you know what I mean? Vice versa. It has been the same. You know what I mean? If you out of town or something like that, if I can do it, bam, I'll knock it out. And you know what I mean? Like you said, it's lonely at the top, but together we can both go up.
There you go. There you go.
I think that's important. Ray, man, thank you so much, bro, for coming on the show, the backstage, discussing the pros and cons and the challenges we face as industry professionals. I appreciate you, bro.
Man, appreciate you for having me, man. Anytime.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
I'm going to have you back on, bro.
Cool, man. Just say the word, man.
My mans. Listen, that is my boy. That's my partner. That's my friend, my brother, Ray Mosley. Thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in like you do here to the backstage, talking about the pros, the cons, and the challenges we face as industry professionals. Do me a favor. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe at B.Rut Productions, B.Rut Productions. And I would appreciate you guys if we keep in contact and keep tuning in. We got so much more content and so many more awesome, amazing people that I want to present to you. All right. So stay tuned to the backstage. Until next time, this is your boy Byron B.Rut Rutley, aka the little big fella, the Midwest mogul, the mid-made midget. Yes, sir.
Log on
right here.
BRutPro.com